It's June 2026. The World Cup is happening in America, and two countries are in a standoff with FIFA. Not because of injuries, not because of scheduling, because of a rainbow flag. Egypt and Iran, two of the 48 nations that fought for years to earn their spot at this tournament, have formally protested a match that Seattle is calling a Pride match, a game where the host city is celebrating LGBT inclusion on the global stage. But here's what the headlines aren't telling you. FIFA did this exact same thing 4 years ago, and they didn't just fail. They completely reversed themselves under pressure and punished the players who tried to do the right thing. So why is this happening again? What has Iran actually demanded from FIFA? And who is really caught in the middle of all this? Because it isn't the governments. It isn't FIFA. It's the LGBT people living inside those countries right now, watching this tournament in silence. This is the real story. First, let's understand what this Pride match actually is, and what it isn't. Seattle's local organizing committee designated the June 26th Group G match as a Pride match long before the World Cup draw ever happened. The plan was simple: celebrate Seattle's annual Pride weekend with LGBTQ+ themed artwork, displays around the stadium, and public events across the city. This event is not organized by FIFA. It is not affiliated with or endorsed by FIFA. It's a decision made by Seattle's host committee, independently, before anyone knew which teams would play that day. Then the draw happened, and the teams assigned to that match were Egypt and Iran, two countries that both criminalize homosexuality, playing in a city that had just announced a pride celebration around their game. Egypt's Football Association moved first. They sent a formal letter to FIFA's Secretary General saying they categorically reject any activities promoting LGBT+ causes during the match, citing religious, cultural, and social values. Iran went further. In May, Iran's Football Federation published a list of 10 conditions for their participation in the tournament. One of the key demands? That only officially recognized national flags be displayed in stadiums during their matches, which would effectively ban fans from bringing pride rainbow flags inside. Iran's federation president also warned FIFA of the consequences of proceeding with any LGBT-themed celebrations tied to the game. And here's the part most people skip over. In Iran, same-sex relations are punishable by death. In Egypt, homosexuality isn't explicitly illegal, but morality laws are used to prosecute LGBT people, with punishments including hard labor and fines. These aren't abstract policies. They affect real people's lives every day. And for millions of people in both countries, being asked to play inside what their governments call an LGBT celebration isn't inclusion. It feels like imposition. But FIFA has a serious credibility problem here. In 2022, the World Cup was held in Qatar, a country where homosexuality is also illegal. When European team captains tried to wear One Love armbands in support of LGBT rights, FIFA threatened them with yellow cards. The teams backed down. FIFA sided with the host country. Now FIFA is hosting the tournament in the United States. The situation is reversed. And FIFA has gone almost completely silent, issuing no public response to Iran's demands, no statement on the Pride match, and no clarity on whether Pride flags will be allowed in stadiums. Seattle's organizers have said the Pride match will go ahead regardless, but FIFA hasn't told anyone whether they'll protect that, or quietly let it disappear the way the armbands did in Qatar. Here's what's actually happening. The World Cup has always been a collision of the entire world in one place. 48 countries, hundreds of cultures, thousands of years of different histories, different religions, different ideas about what is right and wrong. And FIFA is trying to hold all of that together while hosting the tournament in a country where a city has the legal right to celebrate Pride and where fans have the right to bring a rainbow flag into a stadium. There are real LGBT people in Egypt. There are real LGBT people in Iran. People who are watching this World Cup from countries where who they are is still a crime. For them, this isn't politics, it's their life. And there are real Muslims and people of faith watching this tournament who feel like their values are being dismissed on a global stage. For them, it isn't bigotry, it's their life too. The World Cup doesn't solve that. Nothing does overnight. But every 4 years, the whole world shows up in the same place. And maybe that's the point. Not to agree, just to show up.